1,000-mile-across hurricane. That's ridiculous.
Hoping the hurricane doesn't devastate our industry, really. If it does, I don't know what we're going to do.
We're here. We're going to do it anyway, even though we don't think we can even get a load of fish into New York.
Oh.
Carp, sheephead, buffalo, and suckers. For most Americans, these bottom feeders have no place in our lakes or on our plates. But there are fishermen who have found opportunity.
Every fisherman always wants the big haul. I've been chasing the big haul for all my life, and I don't know if that's ever going to come.
I never seem to get a hold of it, but who does? You always got it. You got something to chase for, though.
My dad told me be a doctor, be a lawyer, don't be a fisherman. Once you get it in your blood, there's nothing else.
An act of nature thousands of miles away throws the lives of 3 commercial fishermen into chaos. While the immediate threat of danger or devastation is not the same, unpredictable markets means their livelihood is on the line. At Lake Puckaway, Jed Mansour and the crew are preparing for a day loading fish they caught yesterday. Problem is, Hurricane Sandy has created enormous uncertainty in the market.
1,000-mile-across hurricane. That's ridiculous. Don't look good, though. Now they're saying it's going to track this way a little more.
Well, with the hurricane on the East Coast, if the markets get shut down out there, we don't have an avenue for our fish.
It's supposed to be windy, but it's not windy, so I don't know.
Hoping the hurricane doesn't devastate our industry, really. If it does, I don't know what we're going to do.
All right, let's go.
It looked like New York was going to be screwed up all week, so we decided we might as well catch a bunch of carp. Push hard, push hard, push hard. Run it down. Because the carp market really isn't a New York market. Without that market, I can't stay in business. I can't afford to stay in business. You know, selling cheap dead fish for 10 cents a pound, you don't make money. We got to get these a lot tighter. You might as well just start tightening. I can't even.
Lauren can help too, huh?
Yeah. I might as well just go get a boat full of gill nets and go gill netting if that happens, because there ain't gonna be no money for the big guy. Okay, get off my bucket. You guys gotta be in here so I don't hit you. First boat's always a little hairy.
Looks pretty damn good so far, anyway. If I can catch a few fish, I guess that's the main thing. Figured it'd be all laced up and slide right off.
Oh, I tied it on.
Generally, all of us have the same idea, though, that we're going to go into deeper water now because of the time of the year. Are they always going to be there? No. And they're fish. They're a lot like people. You can't say for sure that's where they're going to be. Just like you can't say for sure that's the way people are going to go, because they've got a mind of their own.
It'll be a golden day. Probably 2/3 of the fish that I catch or sell end up out on the East Coast. All right. New York City's basically shut down, and we're kind of a little bit concerned here. I've been waiting to get a call from the truck driver that hauls their live buffalo if we get any to see if they're even going to take any in there. I highly doubt they are. I remember 9/11. We had a bunch of fish and we had to let them go, but we're here. We're going to do it anyway. You got to take opportunities when you got weather like this the same, because all of a sudden she could blow for 2 weeks and you can't even get out here on this lake.
November, you can get like 2 weeks of steady to 30-mile-an-hour wind.
Even though we don't think we can even get a load of fish into New York. Looks like we better do it, because the wind might blow tomorrow or the next day and we won't even be able to get out here.
Oh, we got one. And a big one, lamprey on his fin right there. Catch a lot of them in the wintertime. They want to get on something and feed now for the winter. They get a big fat one like this and they skinny it right down, I'll tell you too. This used to be full of carp up here. I wouldn't ever set this many nets up here because it'd take me days to get them picked up. Sometimes one net across here, 1,000-foot net, would fill a boat. 2,000, I'd have to come back the next day and fill it again. It's one of those spots where I always like to set, and it'll kind of get it off my conscience for a while, and not too hot. I gotta see a lot more than that to get excited here. Even if I don't catch fish, I did the right thing because I tried one of my favorite spots. Put her down. I just broke 4 or 5. I get her there. Oh. Oh man, unbelievable. There. Clocked me a pretty good one in the jaw there. You got a hard as head as me.
With no market for their more valuable buffalo in New York, the Mansours load carp for a secondary buyer in Iowa.
It looked like New York was going to be screwed up all week, so we decided we might as well catch a bunch of carp, because the carp market really isn't a New York market. It could be a game changer if the storm wrecks New York, though. Buffalo is where we make our money. Carp just pays the bills.
The Mansour netted a few hundred pounds of buffalo.
Got 2 buffalo.
If kept alive, these fish are worth 5 times the price of carp.
Hey, is there a barrel in the front of Tom's boat?
No.
Where did it go?
It's back at the landing.
Where?
At the landing.
Why?
What do you need it for?
Where am I going to throw my buffalo?
Back here.
Over to you? All right, you guys, throw the buffalo at Tom as hard as you can.
Yeah.
I got $100 and you can even get one over there.
I got a bag in my boat. We can set up. Let's do it.
Hey, where are you guys going to put the bag where you're not going to run into it? Because otherwise you're going to run into it. We ain't got no heavy.
I can drive better than you ever thought of driving, so don't even talk like that.
But you ain't ever in your life.
Yeah, right. You're so full of shit. You gotta grin and bear it sometimes, and it doesn't do any good to get bummed out or yell about it. Okay, we'll set it up here, and I'll go
Get the barrel, and then, I mean, that'll be the easiest thing. I know it's too deep out here.
If you need something done, the right way to say it is, nicely. Actually, this will be nice out of the wind for them, too.
You get them all beat up, they don't want them on the live market. If they die, then we do extra work for nothing.
Well, let's hope we fill it up. I don't think we will, but...
On the Minnesota side of the Mississippi, Tim Adams and his crew are pulling in his seine.
Race against time before the wind comes up. I can see it rolling out there. Maybe 100 feet of net in. You never want to see the wind picking up, and I can look at the water and look at the ripples on top of the waves and just know, I just know what's coming. Sheephead. Got a lot of sheephead coming in. That's a good sign being this early, seeing this many sheephead. It should, don't you think, George? I love the adventure. We had no idea how many pounds of fish we're gonna catch today. It's kind of a thrill ride, I guess. We got over half the net in, Chris.
Yep.
I mean, you keep pulling the net in, and you're just I mean, I'm out there constantly looking out, seeing if there's fish, making sure everything's going good. The sign that I'm seeing now will have significantly more fish than 10,000 pounds, but we're a long ways. This wind could really change things in an awful hurry.
It's kind of important you watch it right now because it just folds the net over, and then the lead line will pull into the web, and it'll just roll it right up. And of course, once it rolls, the fish can go right out underneath or over the top. You can lose a lot of fish real quick when they sink that cork line.
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna get her in time or not here.